Are you ever curious how wedding photographers can make really cool panoramic photos like this? It's not a single image, it's multiple images, and I'll tell you more about it next. Hi, my name's Jack. I'm a wedding and MBA photographer who photographs up to 22 weddings a year, and let's hop right in this panoramic photo explanation. This couple was photographed about a month ago in the Berkeley Hills at the Brazilian Room. That was their venue, and this is the Botanical Gardens in the Berkeley Hills, just steps away from the Brazilian Room. And what us photographers like to do when we're photographing these panoramic photos is we'll shoot in vertical orientation in portrait mode instead of in landscape, and then we'll shoot a bunch of images to the right and to the left of the couple and stitch those photos together. I take it a little bit of a step further, and I like to use strobes, so I end up shooting usually 6 photos when I make a panoramic photo. And what I mean by that is I'll shoot a couple frames to the right. Here you'll see Sergio, who's holding a light for me. He's worked with me for many, many years. And then a couple frames off to the left, and then what you end up with is a really cool panoramic photo that looks like this, but this wasn't the final image before we stitched it. This is actually the final image, and you'll see that there's a coiled up hose to the left. That's a huge distraction, and a little water manhole cover, and some signage here and behind the couple to the right that are signifying the kind of trees and plants that are in the background. And then there's also my light stand that's off to the right here. So what we ended up doing is we use various techniques to remove those distracting background elements, and that's part of the process of putting together a panoramic photo. The other process is how to frame your couple. If you put them too deep in the picture, then they just kind of muddle into the background and they don't really stand out. If you bring them up too close, because you're shooting 6 frames, and if you bring them up too close, their body angles will start to morph and their head will start to stretch and look strange. So there's a certain distance you want to put your subject at when you're shooting these panoramic photos. There's a particular way you want to light. If I was at the beach, there's an example on my website if you want to check that out, where there's a couple on a rock formation that's on the beach. You can see the ocean in the background. They're at Lover's Point in Monterey. And in that photo, I literally ran up the rocks. I was working by myself. I ran up the rocks, grabbed a 500-watt studio strobe, and held it above their head, about 2 feet above their head, and just thumped them with a ton of light. And so that was a different technique. Here we're in the forest, even though it's around 1 p.m. and extremely bright in the background, it's dark in the woods, so we lit the whole scene. So there's various techniques to lighting panoramic photos. This is just one of them. If you liked learning how I photograph couples in an actual wedding, go ahead and please hit like if you want to learn some more. I'm going to be posting, usually I post something after every edit, after every wedding. I find something that I can talk about and explain how I came about a particular photo. So if you'd like to learn more, go ahead and hit subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.